do these initial going over the privacy policy and then going over your Beck inventory. We decided to do that virtually before the first appointment. So we're going to start with that. Before we get into it, do you have any questions or concerns, anything popping up in your brain yet?
Nope.
No? Okay, perfect. All right, well, I'm Haley, and you are at the counseling center here at our college. We have this clinic, and you volunteered to be a part of that, so that you could potentially get counseling services if you need it. So part of that is us explaining your privacy rights. So with that, we basically are going to keep a health record for you at our clinic. And such as every other provider that you have, that could be hospital, medical clinics, physicians, dentists, all of those people in the health field that are helping you out, that might prescribe medicine, take insurance. We're going to make sure to record that stuff so that everybody on your healthcare team has the opportunity to come together and help you. At the end of the day, though, another privacy right you have is to say, no, I don't want to do that. I feel like it would be better if we just kind of keep them in their separate boxes. So that's completely up to you. If you get like immunizations ever somewhere else, they might put you in a registry, but that would typically just be your name, and you won't really have to worry about that at the clinic. Here might be more so like the college clinic. Reasons we might use your personal health information for your treatment, if you want us to talk to your psychiatrist or your PCP, payment, healthcare operations. That's really just going to be kind of more so like a census of who you are, what we're working on. And then just general communications. So we may not, like I said, again, we're not going to disclose anything unless we have your permission. And for that, we'll have you like sign a form. So you'll have kind of a paper trail of that for your records. And then lastly, just to cover, you have every right to have a copy of that record. And if you ever want that, all you have to do is just let us know. Okay, so that is those privacy practices. And then at the end of this, we'll send you a link to go ahead and like e-sign that through DocuSign. And then you'll be able to have a copy of that too. Any questions there, concerns, feeling comfortable with that?
Yeah, okay. I'm good.
All right. Are you thinking that you might want us to work with the psychiatrist if you have one, or PCP, or you feel pretty good about us keeping it in one box?
I feel good about keeping it in one box for now. Maybe in the future work with the psychiatrist, but I feel pretty good right now.
Perfect. All right. So let's get into, I just want to review this with you. I'll kind of touch on some points and review it, see if we can come up with just a general game plan for counseling services. So a lot of this is just going to cover how you're feeling at the moment, maybe the past week or so, maybe the past month or so. So I'm seeing that, we're dealing with some sadness, maybe not really able to look forward into the future right now. And then you have some feelings of failure. Now, I wanted to see, is that pertaining, do you feel like there's some pressure from school that's mostly kind of at the forefront of your brain, or is there anything else that could be triggering that you might want to work through, talk to your counselor about?
I'm gonna cry today. I don't know, just feel like a failure at life.
So maybe just, it's to the point where it's overwhelming, and we can't necessarily even pinpoint something. And sometimes that's a starting point, that's a jump off point, is recognizing those feelings and being able to verbalize those. And it's okay not to know exactly where they're coming from, but you took an amazing and brave first step by coming here and being honest about those really tough feelings. So I want to thank you for that, and thank you for opening up to me. And this is a safe space. If you do need to, have a couple tears, I'll sit here and let you wail with me. That's completely fine with me. Are you doing okay though, just to check in?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. Are you okay if I keep going? We won't do too much digging more. Okay.
Yeah.
See. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of a lot of tension towards yourself. We're experiencing some negative feelings toward ourselves. Um, I want to check in and see, have you ever had thoughts of wanting to harm yourself?
In the past, I have, but they haven't been recent.
Okay. And have you ever acted on those or had a plan?
In the past, yes.
Has it been about a year or maybe in the past year or over a year?
I would say thoughts on it more recent, like 6 months, but no acting on it in the past year.
Okay. Alrighty. And we might that's gonna be something that we'll typically check in on, um, just to see how you're doing. And we would do that with anyone, whether you have it in your past or not. Just we want to be able to provide that support and additional resources if we need to plug you into other places. Let's see. So I'm noticing, some definite symptoms of depression. We've got a little bit of irritation going on too. So it may just be, sounds like it's probably just a really overwhelming time for you right now. Would that be an accurate statement?
Yeah.
Are you working or are you just going to school right now?
I'm doing both.
Mm, that's tough. That's a lot on you. I can see how these feelings would be popping up. Do you feel proud of yourself for being able to do that work?
Most of the time, yeah, but then there's sometimes when I think I let it overwhelm me.
Yeah, and I see that it's been affecting your sleep a little bit. We're waking up several hours earlier than you used to and maybe having some trouble getting back to sleep, getting tired real easily.
Yeah.
Definitely some symptoms of burnout here. Um, and for that, we can work on coping skills. I think just having someone to come here and let it out and not have to, you know, worry about taking care of them too. A lot of times in friendships, it's a give and take. In counseling, you can kind of sit there, give, and then take away skills. So it's a little bit more you focused or a lot more you focused. So we can work on those skills of coping, um, give you that safe space to be able to talk about these things and cry. Um, from earlier, I feel like you might not have space to cry like that. So this might be a really healing space for you to just have room. So overall, I would say we're definitely seeing some symptoms of depression, and they are getting to the point where they're daily. So I would recommend you coming back to see us. You're more than welcome to work with me. I'm one of the counselors here. I am in my last year of supervision, but we have some other options too. Um, we can have our first session, see how we click, or I can link you to someone else. But that's something that we can do today if you want to schedule.
Yeah, let's do that.
And then, so when I write this up, whether it's for me or someone else, kind of like we talked about in the privacy policy, I'm going to write some notes up, and that way I can keep track of where we are. And then I always like to kind of summarize so you know what I'll put in those notes. So just to kind of recap, seems like experiencing some burnout, experiencing some depression symptoms, and that's becoming kind of internalized to where you're almost punishing yourself a little bit for that. So what I want to do is work on coping skills, some self-confidence skills, positive self-talk there. And then also, I would like to see us work on ways to balance your time out, being able to fill up your different energy cups. So whether that be social or you need a me day, we'll practice some ways to schedule those, um, pick things that re-energize you. How does that sound like for kind of like a general plan right now?
I think it sounds good.
Okay. Anything too overwhelming? Do you want to just focus on one area at once?
I think we should probably focus on one thing at a time.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. I think probably our first couple of sessions will be spent a lot of talking, getting to know you, getting to know um, your past a little bit. Just I want to let you kind of talk and vent in a way that you haven't been able to. And then at the end, I'll kind of summarize and maybe give you some homework, give you some coping skills, but a lot of it's going to be focused on giving you that space for the probably the first 2, 3 sessions.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get you scheduled. And again, thank you for meeting me online. Next time we'll meet in person. Um, any other questions for me before we do that and hop off?
I don't think so.
Hey, Summer. Are you feeling safe today? No thoughts of wanting to harm yourself? I know we're dealing with some of those depression symptoms, but on the whole, do you feel like you have support to reach out to if it gets a little tougher today?
Yeah, I have support that I can reach out to if I need to.
Okay, perfect. And I'll send you home with some crisis text lines and things like that, just in case.
Okay.
Thank you, Summer.